What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into TTP Sports. Series win. Series win. First time saying that all season long. Hopefully that continues. And, another nice win on the board for the Phillies. Another great pitching afternoon from Ranger Suarez and the rest of the bullpen. No thanks of help to the umpire because that umpire was absolutely brutal in that bottom of the ninth inning with Jose Alvarado out there on the mound. He had Jesse Winker struck out a couple of times in that at bat, and for some reason the ump just decided to be an MLB umpire and not make the right call at home plate. So yeah, that was a little bit annoying, and I'm sure Jose was frustrated because the pitch count got up there a little too high for my liking. But at the end of the day, he got the job done, got out of his situation, got the save, and that is 2 wins in a row for your Phillies. And like I said, that is a series win against the Washington Nationals, in a series that you had to win, in my honest opinion. Now you have a chance to sweep the series tomorrow with Christopher Sanchez on the mound. I would like the offense to score a little more. You scored 4 runs yesterday. That was plenty enough because your pitching was so good, and that was in 5 today, and also because your pitching was really good. I would like just to get some extra runs up there on the board so you really don't have to utilize so many bullpen arms, just for my liking, especially since you don't have an off day for the foreseeable future. You got to mix in a couple of these, maybe a blowout type of game here. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case tomorrow, but you never know with this Phillies offense. They can randomly score 8, 9, 10 runs when you really don't expect it against a pitcher that you don't expect them to do it to. And against a pitcher that you should expect them to do it, they get shut out for 6 innings. That's just the way this Phillies team goes, by the way. That's just what it is. But, no need for complaining. Runners in scoring position, basically the same situation as yesterday. Definitely left a few of the Nationals pitchers off the hook, but the one situation that they really made them pay in was, Bryce Harper getting intentionally walked in that 3rd inning. For some reason, I don't know why Davey Martinez decided to intentionally walk Bryce Harper. I believe this was with 2 outs, by the way. I guess maybe because they wanted the righty-righty matchup instead of Bryce Harper doing the damage, because I believe Trey Turner got a double in this instance. So he was in scoring position for Bryce Harper, so maybe that's the reason why that makes sense. But JT Realmuto made them pay, and made them pay big time with a 3-run shot to put the Phillies on top 4-0. The Phillies would tack on an extra run in the 9th inning. Like I said, they had many more opportunities to tack more runs on the board to make it less taxing for your pitching staff. But once again, the runners in scoring position issues is still an issue. There are, situations where you get 2 of the leadoff runners on, and then you don't score that entire inning. I forget which inning it was. I believe it was the 6th or the 7th inning where I believe it was Bryson Stott got on, then Nick Castellanos got on, Brandon Marsh grounded into a force out, so he had 1st and 3rd, 1 out, and then Johan Rojas, shallow fly ball, not deep in the left field, and then Bryson Stott decided to come home. And also, you could just say it's a really good throw by Jesse Winker out there in left field, but, like I said, it left a lot to be desired. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It just a little more to be desired. I would just like, when you get those situations, like when you have 2 base runners to start an inning, you should at least score 1 or 2 runs. That's just my honest opinion. I'm finding ways to talk negative here, and I do hate that because it's 2 nice wins in a row here, especially with your pitching staff, because really since the first 2 games of the series, the first 2 games of the season against the Atlanta Braves, your pitching staff has been really good, especially your starting rotation. If you really just take away that one Aaron Nola start against the Braves, the starting rotation's been really good. And the same thing with the bullpen. Take away those first 2 games against the Braves, take away that one horrible Connor Brogdon inning from the game against the Reds in extras, and your bullpen's been pretty good. So right now, a lot of things are clicking with your pitching, and I would like to see that continue. Christopher Sanchez is getting his second start of the season tomorrow. He was really good against the Cincinnati Reds. Hopefully he can get some run insurance, because that's been the kryptonite of Christopher Sanchez over the past, season. He just never gets run support. So I would like to see the Phillies change that tomorrow. I believe they're going up against Mackenzie Gore. So it'll be hopefully a nice change of pace just to get, a nice little runner in scoring position there, get some runs home. That would be nice. But I guess when, your pitching is going pretty well, there really isn't much to be, I would say, overly negative about. I'm not trying to be negative whatsoever. There's just little things that I do want to see more of, and I do think it will improve as the season goes along. I just think when you're getting all of these chances, you just eventually have to find a way to cash in on a lot of these opportunities. I just really need it to be that case. Brandon Marsh was huge in that ninth inning to get that extra insurance run, so he's continuing to prove that he's an everyday player. I really hope, Rob doesn't, put him off the lineup, put him on the bench with a lefty on the mound tomorrow. Same thing with Bryson Stott. I hope he doesn't do that with him. Johan Rojas should not be in the lineup tomorrow, in my honest opinion. Should have Whit Merrifield in left field. Should have Brandon Marsh in center. And you don't have to worry about anything. That should be the case, just in my honest opinion. That should be the case. But I don't know. I'm not the manager. I don't make the decisions. It's just, some crazy things there. And going back to the pitching, let's look at some pitching stats today. Ranger Suarez, really good start on the mound. Really, his only mistake was the home run allowed to Joey Gallo with 2 outs. It was just, a pitch right down the middle of the plate, and Gallo crushed it. That was basically it, but overall, he goes 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, 0 walks, 4 strikeouts on 82 pitches. Rob tried to stretch him into the 7th inning, but he had a very short leash. He hit the batter and allowed that base runner, so Rob decided to go to the bullpen. Jeff Hoffman was really good in his, basically, you could say 2 innings of work. He pitched an inning and 2/3, 1 walk, 1 strikeout on 22 pitches. He continues to be electric off, out of the mound. Gregory Soto came in to face Joey Gallo with a runner on, and he got him to ground out, I believe. So he only needed 4 pitches to do that. So Soto continues to be really good coming out of the bullpen in those situations. And then Jose Alvarado threw a lot of pitches for my liking. He threw 28 pitches, but he walked 1. And, no thanks to the umpire there, because Jesse Winker should have been struck out. That is the bottom line there. Jesse Winker should have been struck out. But, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So yeah, overall the bullpen and the starting pitching really good and really solid once again. And going to the lineup today, Kyle Schwarber sadly did not have a hit. He did not get on base once. He went 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, so he really struggled today against the Nationals pitching. Trey Turner went 2 for 4, so that was nice to see. Bryce Harper goes 1 for 3 with an intentional walk. JT Realmuto continues to hit the baseball really well. Goes 2 for 4 with that 3-run shot to put the Phillies up 4-0. Alec Bohm 1 for 3 with an RBI. He had a triple in this ballgame to get the Phillies on the board. Thanks, Lane Thomas, for missing that ball out there in right field. So 1 for 3 there with an RBI and a walk. Bryson Stott 1 for 4. Nick Castellanos finally got a fucking hit. 1 for 3 with a single and a walk in this game as well. Brandon Marsh 1 for 4 with an RBI. Batting .292 on the year. Love to see that out of Brandon Marsh. And then the automatic out that is Johan Rojas. He is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. I don't know what to say anymore. I just don't know what to say anymore. He also had a chance in that 9th inning to drive home a run, and he grounded out. And, he didn't ground out specifically. Technically, he did ground out, but, the force out was thrown at home to get Nick Castellanos from scoring there. So, yeah. Man, that needed to be way better. But Johan Rojas still clearly is not ready. Clearly is not ready. He just didn't deserve that spot out of spring training. I don't know what Dave Dombrowski is trying to prove here, because Rojas clearly is not proving anything. Not at all. And it's just, I don't see a lick of improvement at the plate. I just don't. He still can't catch up to the fastball, can't get the ball out of the infield, and every time he does make contact, it's either a pop-up or he grounds it. So, and his lone hit so far was a chopper that he beat it out. So, yeah. Not really much satisfaction from the Johan Rojas train. Just in my honest opinion. And that's all it is. That's all it is. And if we're looking at, tomorrow's game, like I said, Christopher Sanchez is going to be on the mound tomorrow. He is going up against Mackenzie Gore. And then you look ahead of that, into that St. Louis series. That'll be Spencer Turnbull up against Miles Michaelis. Then Zach Wheeler will be up against Zach Thompson. That looks like it's a bullpen game for the Cardinals, so they're already in bullpen game nonsense. And then Aaron Nola on Wednesday afternoon against Lance Lynn. And then you come into that very long home stretch, well, not home stretch, home stand against the Pirates, Rockies, and the White Sox. So just try to keep getting wins here. Try to keep getting wins. There's also some news outside of Major League Baseball in terms of injuries because, yeah, a lot of pitchers are getting Tommy John surgery. A lot of pitchers. I believe Jonathan Loaizaga from the Yankees is getting Tommy John. Shane Bieber of the Guardians is getting Tommy John surgery. I believe one of the Marlins pitchers, I believe one of their young pitchers, Jerry Perez, he's getting Tommy John surgery. And also Spencer Strider, who left after he left his start yesterday, I believe, who were they playing? The Diamondbacks, when he didn't really have that many good stats. He said after the game he was having elbow discomfort. He was feeling the pain the entire game, basically. His velocity was way down than what it was, and he got sent to have an MRI. This news that came out today, he has damage to his UCL, and he's going to be seeing, the UCL doctor, one of the UCL doctors in Texas, so to figure out if he needs Tommy John surgery or not. And it's the same doctor, I believe, that Shane Bieber went to, and Shane Bieber needed Tommy John surgery. So right now it's not looking good for Spencer Strider, and that definitely does suck. That does suck to see. Phillies fans and all that stuff, yeah, we hate the Braves. We don't like Spencer Strider. You don't want to see that type of talent going down there with Tommy John surgery and basically missing a season and a half. That is a huge blow to the Braves starting rotation if that's going to be the case. He's going to be missing time regardless, even if he doesn't need Tommy John surgery. He could probably miss a couple of months, but at best, maybe, if he doesn't need surgery. But right now, the worst case scenario sounds like it's going to be the case, and he's going to need Tommy John surgery. That's just from what I'm reading. And like I said, it does suck. It does suck to see that because, like I said, you don't want a starter of that capability to go down like that. And yes, it is the ongoing glaring issue of a lot of pitchers, so many pitchers are needing Tommy John surgery. It's getting ridiculous. And a lot of people are saying that MLB needs to find a way to fix this. There's really nothing Major League Baseball can do. When kids, are learning baseball right now and they're working their arms up and at, like 14, 15, 16 years old, 17, 18, they're throwing 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Then, eventually as they get older, it's consistently like near 99, 100 miles an hour. That takes a lot of toll on your elbow, and the human body's just not made to do that consistently. So that's why you're seeing so many injuries of this caliber and so many Tommy John surgeries. It's sad to see, but that's just the reality of the situation because there's so many pitchers in Major League Baseball that can throw over 100. Like, seriously, the same thing happened with Andrew Painter last year. Like, we weren't expecting that, but I guess now you really just have to pencil in starters that throw, that can throw 99, 100 miles an hour. You probably have to, watch their elbow. You got to watch a lot of their elbows because it's a very scary stuff there. It definitely can be. And that is a major blow to the Braves rotation, and I'm not sure how they replace that. They probably call someone up from the minor league system if he is required to have Tommy John surgery. But like I said, that's just a huge blow for their rotation. Even though their team is still dynamic in general, that's got to feel terrible. That's got to feel terrible for that team. Jesus. Jesus. It sucks seeing, like I said, starters of that caliber going down with those types of injuries. It just sucks to see. It really does. What else, really? I don't think really much else to talk about with this game. Game kind of flew by. I really didn't get to start watching this game until I believe around the 5th, 6th inning because that's when I got home because my father was playing in a charity game with Brian Prop and all that stuff. So that was, a fun time. My father's team won 10-3. He scored a goal, got a couple of assists, and he did a little bit of a taunting of the other bench, all clean fun and everything like there. There were some Flyer alumni in there, obviously Brian Prop, Mark Howe was there, Raleigh Cote. There's some, Chris Tarian. There were some other former NHL players. I believe one guy that played with the Devils and won a Stanley Cup. I forget his name. I believe it was Andre Faust or something like that. He was one of the former NHL players that played, but it was, all good, fun time for charity and all that stuff, fun times. And really, I wasn't able to watch the game. I just had to, go on the phone and through the MLB app and just watch the strike grid go, whatever they do to score updates and all that stuff. That was basically my only way of watching it because the Wi-Fi in the rink wasn't the best. So really wasn't taking that risk there. So yeah, interesting day. interesting day. But it ended in another Phillies win, which always helps my mental fortitude. And, just keep winning. But my mental fortitude might be destroyed tonight, resulting of the Flyers game, whatever happens there. Hopefully they fucking beat the Blue Jackets. I hope so. We will have a recap for that later tonight. Sorry if you heard that doorbell noise. That's probably the Amazon delivery guy, because I was informed there would be a delivery today. So a lot of things are happening right now. But yeah, hopefully the Flyers fucking win and snap that goddamn 6, 7, 50,000 game losing streak. And hopefully they don't continue collapsing, because apparently the Columbus Blue Jackets are skating a lot of AHL caliber players, especially the goaltender, and that does not reap benefit to the Flyers because they always struggle against that type of talent for some reason. I don't know why, it's just been a Flyer thing. And especially that the Pittsburgh Penguins beat the Tampa Bay Lightning today. Now the Flyers are not in a playoff spot after that game, so they need to win in order to get back into a playoff spot. It's all crazy. It's all frustrating. They better fucking win. That's just the bottom line there. They need to fucking win tonight. That is, especially since, with the Capitals losing, regularly, Detroit's losing, Islanders, I'm not sure if they're going to lose or something like that. I do believe they play tonight against Nashville, so we'll see what happens there. It's all frustrating stuff. It really just is. Philadelphia sports is frustrating, but thankfully for today, the Phillies were less frustrating and they find a way to win a game. So, off the Flyers. We'll talk about them later tonight. And yeah, I'll be watching the Flyers and probably watching WrestleMania just because why not? Because why not? It's free on Peacock. So yeah, that's where that happens. We do have a voicemail here on the Anytime Hotline, so we can get to that real quickly. And yeah, if you want to leave anything for future stuff, you can leave those at 215-839-9885. So yeah, let's get to Sean here. Let's see what he has to say about this Phillies win.
And the Phillies' dominance of the Nationals continues. I mean, that's a solid series win. I mean, I always advocate taking 2 out of 3 on the road. You'd like to get the sweep.
Oh, voice got out. Hopefully does it come back?
So far this year, the biggest positive for me that I can say is, other than Aaron Nola's first start of the year, the starting pitching has done yeoman work. I mean, it's kept them in it, given them a chance to win every game. I mean, Ranger Suarez does what Ranger Suarez does. Calm, cool, and collective, efficient. The bullpen did a nice job. The bats are still in hibernation. I guess maybe when the weather starts to warm up, maybe they'll come alive.
Hopefully.
But, after the first 2 series at home, you needed a bounce-back series. Hopefully they can get the brooms out tomorrow, but at least you got the series win today.
Yeah, definitely important. Yeah, I do advocate the same thing like you say, mainly on the road, just win 2 or 3. And if you find a way to sweep the series, that's just a cherry on top, and the Phillies basically did that today, just guaranteeing your series win. I would like to see a series sweep, though, just to, get that extra added confidence for especially this pitching staff. And like I said, I need the bats to find a way to get a blowout win tomorrow, just so you can help the bullpen out a little bit, even though I don't think Alvarado will be available. He's pitched the past 2 days. Hoffman definitely won't be available. Strom will probably be available tomorrow. Saraphany probably will be available tomorrow. I'm sure Nelson will be. Soto might be. I think he will. He didn't really pitch that much today. I don't think he pitched yesterday either. So I think that would help in that regard. And yeah, that's basically it. Just keep finding ways to get wins, and that's all you need to worry about doing there. So yeah, that's where we stand. Nice, good old series win. Let's see if it continues, and hopefully the Flyers don't ruin anything tonight with my mood. We'll find out, though, and you'll all find out later on the recap tonight. So thanks, guys, for tuning into this Phillies recap. Didn't feel like doing a live stream today just because, long day and all that stuff. But we'll definitely get the live stream back tomorrow with, tomorrow's Phillies game. But don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. And also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Thanks, guys, for joining tonight. I'll see you later tonight for the Flyers recap.